Hey, what's going on, everybody? Um, I was just felt like making a video. I was reading this article and it was talking about forgiveness. Uh, it's a really good article. It's posted on my page, by the way. So go on my page and you can look at that article and read about it. But I kind of want to touch on this article a little bit. This article uh, was pretty much summing up the words, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Uh, and I want to touch on this because let me just say this. In this part of this article, I love it because it explains how we should pray for one another, but yet at the same time, it explains how we should forgive others as well. So I love this article. Please go read it if you have the chance. But anywho, um, let me just touch on this article. The problem that we have is that, when people do things to us, sometimes we don't want to forgive. You know, it may hurt you necessarily. It may hurt you to forgive if that's the way you take it. Uh, but however, it shouldn't hurt you. It should make you feel better when you forgive somebody or things of that nature. Most of the time, people get and this is a thing called anger. When we are angry, we don't want to forgive. Uh, but I have to say this: you have got to forgive. It's sad that we have one. It's sad that we live in such a hatred world where people hold grudges and everything else, and it's sad how you know today it seems like nobody knows how to forgive. Everybody knows how to fight and everybody knows how to shoot, but nobody knows how to forgive. Uh, oh man, this is ooh. It seems like everybody knows how to talk, open their mouth and talk down upon others, but nobody knows how to forgive. And see, this is the thing. We have got to forgive. You cannot you cannot live your life holding grudges for the rest of your life. Do you know that if you don't forgive nobody, it'll hurt you more than anything because you're holding it in and now it's turning into anger, it's turning into something that it shouldn't turn in? Do you know that you hurt yourself more if you're not forgiving? So we've got to forgive. We've got to forgive. You can't blame nobody else but you. You can't blame nobody else. Now I'm going to be real. But just let me be real for a minute. I'm speaking, to somebody, encouraging somebody. But you can't blame, you know, baby daddy if baby daddy's not there for the child. You can't blame him. You can't get mad at him or her or what. You can't get mad at daddy. You can't get mad at mom or whoever for not being in your life. You have to forgive. You have got to forgive. You can't don't blame yourself for that. Just forgive them. And this is the problem that we have in today's time. Like I said, everybody does this, but not forgive. But Why is it that Jesus can forgive us, but we have a hard time forgiving? I recently encountered something myself this week. And I was hurt. I was. And at the time, your flesh may not want you to forgive, but you have to be the bigger person. You have to be the better person at that, the bigger and the better. Be the bigger and the better person. You know, please don't live your life, being not forgiving, unforgiving. Please don't live your life not forgiving. Because if Jesus forgives you, you should forgive others. And it may hurt, but you've got to forgive. I put this status on Facebook one time saying, and this is exactly some of the stuff that the article was talking about as I was reading it. I put this status on Facebook saying, if they did it to Jesus, what makes you think for 1 second that they won't do it to you? If they lied on him, if they talked about him, if they mistreated him, if they backstabbed him, if they did all these things, what makes you think for 1 second they won't do it to you? Who are you? Who are you? What makes you think for 1 second that your best friends won't backstab you, that your best friends won't go behind your back, that your best friends won't talk about you? What makes you think for 1 second? And it's sad. It's sad that we live in this type of world. You have church people that talk about other people. You have church people who go to church, spectate, and they talk about other people. But let me say this. If we can talk, why can't we forgive? We can talk. We can put the guns up. We can put our fist up. Why is it so hard to forgive? I'm not understanding that. We do all of this. And don't let nobody make you mad. I ain't forgiving him. You never did it. You cannot live like that. You cannot be like that. That's something that you don't want to do. So the moral of the story, the point that I'm trying to make, ask yourself the question, how can I live being unforgiving? Ask yourself that question, man. Because it hurts you more, now that you haven't forgave, now that you want to hold on, it hurts you more. And all it's doing is bottling up and turning into anger. That's all it's doing, man. So you got to forgive. That's the biggest thing of this, man. You've got to forgive. Don't sit here 1 minute saying, I love you, brother, and let them talk about you saying, I hate you. You're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to forgive. So I want to encourage you, people that hurt you, people that mistreat you, that lied on you, people that weren't there for you. I want to encourage you to forgive. I want to strongly encourage you to forgive. People that done all of these things to you, I want to encourage you to forgive. You know, they may have cost you your job. They may have cost you everything because of one lie, or, you know, your friends backstabbing you, whatever have you. But I want to encourage you to forgive. Forgive. Again, ask yourself the question, how can I live in unforgiving? Y'all be blessed.